Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Vice and today we are watching Demon Slayer Season 2, Episode 6. In the last episode, I talked a bit about how I wasn't quite sure why you guys wanted me to watch episodes 2 through 7 because so far it seems like there isn't much being added content-wise to the episodes from when I watched the movie. I did just finish editing the movie and I think it's clear like the only scene that might have been expanded upon is when Tanjiro's asleep and it's the little boy that is tied to him goes into his subconscious. That was a little bit expanded upon, but other than that scene, I didn't notice anything else. So I'm hoping episodes 6 and 7, which should act as like the finale, will have additional content in them because I am just really looking forward to starting the new arc, you know? So without further ado, let's get into it. It's just so sad how this demon has these humans wrapped around their fingers. Like, they're so easily manipulated, they all want a dream. They work so well together. And this was so cool. Look at that. Oh, still so gross. Also, it makes me very curious how this arc was drawn in the manga. Right? That mentality. You can't die because that will make him a murderer. How about you can't die because you want to live? You need to live for Nezuko. It's just such an insight into how Tanjiro thinks. I love it. I love that he lands on his feet. Like a cat. It was cool. Yeah, Inosuke's like, who cares about him? Yeah, Inosuke can hold a grudge. Yeah, Tanjiro, he's just on a different level. He just holds no anger towards this man that might as well have killed him. Yeah, you lost. You're gonna die. You had way too much confidence in your own abilities. I still can't believe they saved every single person. Nobody was devoured. Yep. I still love how he's confused about Nezuko. He brings up a good point though. Why is Master Muzan letting him live? Well, letting Nezuko live. Yeah, you failed on so many levels. It's kind of embarrassing. Rui was much more of a challenge, I think. And now that I was looking at that first silhouette that appeared, why did that kind of look like Tanjiro's dad? I don't think it is, but it bared a resemblance with the hair. I think it was still too much hair though, but the style was similar. Yeah, I love that the breathing technique really helps everywhere in your body. I know we were told that in season 1, but it's different when you see it. like actually mending a blood vessel. That's really cool. And while it doesn't put them on par with demons that can regenerate anything, it's still a good technique to have. He's such a good teacher. I really wish we could have learned from him more. And here comes the upper rank. It's crazy because in the movie reaction, I was like, oh, I can't wait to see these upper rank demons that we were shown the silhouettes of. And then immediately he appears. Like, you shouldn't have wished that out loud. I love the music for him though. Very hype. So cool. Though I am really confused on why the upper rank is here, because originally I thought it was for Tanjiro, killing him because that's what Muzan wants. But then it doesn't seem to be from how this demon reacts to Rengoku. It's like he's here for Rengoku. Right, like he's saying it could get in the way of us. So you're here for him. His philosophy is so interesting too. I've remarked upon it in the movie reaction, but he just wants to fight someone strong forever, and he wants that person to be a demon. And he thinks Rengoku could be that person, which makes me think he's been watching him and knows his capabilities. Yeah, I also like Rengoku's thoughts on it. The fact that we grow old and die is what makes us human. And the fact that that happens to us, like, it gives us purpose in our life because we want to achieve something before then. So he makes his offer to many people, many Hashiras. I love the coloring of their fight. It just makes for beautiful visuals. That was so cool. And the way his face goes there, like he wasn't expecting that. Fight me forever, get stronger together. That's his dream. I love how much he loves the fight. I'm so curious how they're gonna end this episode. Will it still be in the middle of the fight? It's still really rough. But he's not down yet. That tiger's so cool. No. See, normally I would think like they're so evenly matched, but they're really not, because Rengoku retains the damage and this one just regenerates. If the demon couldn't regenerate, I think Rengoku would have won. And that was Demon Slayer Season 2, Episode 6. Once again, I'm not seeing anything that's different from the movie. I'm not seeing any added scenes. So again, if I missed something that was new in this episode, please let me know in the comments down below. Other than that, I just want to touch on the demon for a bit. I forget his name, Akaza maybe? He's very interesting to me with his whole philosophy of wanting a partner in life that he can fight forever. That's what he wants. That's his dream. He wants someone he can fight against for the rest of his life. And he wants that person to be a demon, obviously. And he is specifically going after the Hashira with that intent, because he did mention in this episode that he has offered this to other Hashira, which is something I missed when I first reacted to the movie. He has been constantly trying to find someone strong enough that he can fight with forever. And that's such an interesting perspective, because what else can a demon do forever? I don't know how long he's been alive, but obviously he has exhausted everything that he can possibly think of. And so the next goal he has is to just find someone as strong as him that he can just be himself with. And that means fighting, because what else can you do? You've lived for that long, you experienced so many things, so many fights, so many people. It's like, what do you do with such a long life? And he's decided he wants to fight. And so this also brings up a question of Muzan, because right now we know Muzan is the only one who can turn humans into demons. We're just gonna push Lady Tamayo aside for a moment. We know she can, but most of the world does not know that fact. So right now, they all know Muzan's the only one with that capability. Does Akaza or this demon, do they think that if they bring a human to Muzan, Muzan will just turn them for him? Like, do they have that strong a relationship that he can do that? Because it seems like you can't ask Muzan for anything. You can't demand anything of him. You can't plead. None of that seems to work. So it makes me very curious what the dynamic is between Muzan and the upper five. Do they have more respect for each other? Does he actually like them? Are they his family? Like, what is this? I'm very curious to know. I'm really hoping we find out soon. I honestly think if this demon was not a demon, Rengoku would have won that fight. 100% he would have won it. So it's just a shame that demons have the advantage over humans in the regeneration aspect, because humans have the breathing technique and they can stall, like what Tanjiro did. He stopped the injury from getting worse, but he couldn't like actively heal himself and make himself better. And it's like if a Hashira or a demon slayer or a human just in general loses a limb, that breathing technique cannot regenerate that limb. And if it's shown in the future that it can, I'd be very surprised, because it's just so obvious that demons have such an advantage over humans. But yeah, it's just such a shame. It's such a shame that we lose Rengoku like we do, and it's all due to the fact that humans can't regenerate like demons can. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Vice, and today we are watching Demon Slayer Season 2, Episode 7, the end of the Mugen Train arc. I am very curious to see, once again, if there is any new content added to this episode. I'm really hoping there is. Come on, give me something. And honestly, I'm just really ready for this arc to be over so I can start the new one. I'm very excited to see where Tanjiro is going to go from here, and I just really can't wait to end this arc. It sounds so mean. I'm so ready to be over with Mugen Train, but guys, I watched an entire movie and now 7 episodes, where really only episode 1 really caught my attention. And so I'm really hoping this one will grab it again and give me something else to latch onto, something else to consider. But I also feel bad that that's how I feel when so many of you voted for me to watch episodes 2 through 7. So I'm sorry if I'm being a negative Nancy. It's just how I feel. But without further ado, let's get into it.
Rengoku-san! 生身を削る思いで戦ったとしても全て無駄なんだよ、京次郎。お前が俺に食らわせた素晴らしい斬撃も。
Yeah, and this is bringing up the point that I made before, that the regeneration is the only reason this demon is winning.
砕けたあばら骨、傷ついた内臓、もう取り返しがつかない。鬼であれば瞬きする間に治る。
He makes compelling arguments to be a demon. But unfortunately, he's targeting the wrong people. Because everyone who's a demon slayer hates demons for one reason or another. I do love how epic he is, though. And I love that the demon can't understand why Rengoku keeps fighting. Yeah, this was really cool. I love that shot. It's like a sun beneath him. He's so excited. Look how cool he looks. It's like he's standing on a sun. Like those are the flares coming up. This was really cool. Here it comes. Amazing. And then my favorite part is when he twists the sword and goes up with it. That's so good. Yeah. Look at that. That's so cool. I wish he would have got him in that instant. So epic. It would have been so epic. Ugh. I also love her eyes.
弱き人を助けるためです。生まれついて人よりも多くの才に恵まれた者はその力を世のため人のために使わねばなります。天から賜りし力で人を傷つけること。
Yeah, they were such good lessons. And it really stuck with Rengoku throughout his entire life. It is the duty of those born strong to help the weak. And he did. It was so cool. It's such a shame. I really thought he had him. Yeah, see this moment? I thought he had him stuck. Ah, he's just amazing. Sacrificing himself for this, to take him down with him. I'm still really upset that that didn't work out. Yeah, this moment here. This one, I really thought he was aiming for his feet to hold him in place. But it was too late. The sword's still in his neck. I love this part too. Because Tanjiro's angry. I also thought there was a chance that his taunting would make this demon go back. But no, it's the sunlight would never make the demon go back. Also, I just realized the demon ran away with his sword still in his back. Tanjiro needs a new sword again. Yeah, I'm so glad Rengoku got to hear this from him. He didn't lose. Even Inosuke is affected. It's just such a tragic ending. Yeah, so this is going to be where our next journey takes us, his house, to try and figure out if there are any notes that might relate to his father's fire dance. It's so sad. I wish I could cry for him still. I couldn't in the movie and I can't now. And Tanjiro's entrusted with his last wishes, so he has to go back to Rengoku's home to pass those messages on and get the notes. I do love that he changed his mind about Nezuko. He believes her, which definitely helps because it means other Hashira might be able to believe in her too. Why are my eyes burning now? I just said I wasn't gonna cry for him. He had a great send-off though. I love that his mom comes to take him at the end. Because we've seen, like when Rui left, his parents came, and Tanjiro's parents and siblings always come to him in times of need. So I love how the afterlife is a thing. Like the spirits live on. Yeah, and that means a lot to him, because his father couldn't be proud of him, but his mom can, and she is. And this scene right here, oh, it's just so beautiful. That's another thing. Why did the upper rank come here? Was it really just for the Hashira because he has a habit of asking Hashira to become demons? Because the reason wasn't Tanjiro. Yeah, that's gotta be tough for him too. He killed the first Kizuki demon, a lower one, but there was nothing he could do here. Another thing I really love about this show is that it shows you the aftermath of a death. A lot of shows, a death will happen and you might get initial reactions around it, sometimes you won't, but I love that the show shows you in detail how this death affects each of our main characters and then how it affects the Hashira afterwards. Like, this is a meaningful death. This will stick with them. And I just feel like Rengoku had a great send-off. I'm curious about this duo here, because Purple Guy was in the training. Oh, and we're finally gonna get the Master. That was one difference, is that the Master's part wasn't included in the episodes like it was in the movie. Like, it opened with him in the movie, but not in the episodes. So I'm glad we're actually getting this. And that was Demon Slayer, Season 2, Episode 7, the end of Mugen Train arc. I feel like a broken record, but I didn't notice anything new in this episode either. Was all of the new content really just in episode 1? And that one episode where we kind of expanded on that kid going into Tanjiro's subconscious a little bit, like maybe it was an extra scene of him actually getting into the unconsciousness, to his core. But that's all I can really tell from these episodes that is new content. In episode 1, I knew that was completely new content and that I had to watch that regardless of if it was before or after the movie. Thank you for letting me know that, guys. And it was only 2 through 7 that I was unsure of because people told me, you know, there's new content in the episodes, new scenes, and so I thought that was the truth. Though someone did tell me that it was actually pretty much the exact same as the movie, and I'd have to agree with them. Again, I feel bad. I sound like a broken record saying that. But again, if I did miss anything new that wasn't in the movie, please let me know. I feel like I didn't, but just in case I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments down below. Overall, I'll just give like some perspective on Mugen Train arc as a whole because I did really like it. I thought it was really interesting. And I will say in this episode, I didn't cry at Rengoku's death. I didn't in the movie and I didn't now, but my eyes did burn this episode a little bit, which I was surprised about because it happened right after I said like, oh, I'm not gonna cry this episode, and then they started burning like I was gonna cry, and I was very, very surprised at that. But no tears came. I just didn't have an emotional connection with the character that would bring me to tears, which is interesting because I reacted to Frieren not too long ago, and episode 1 of Frieren, I did have tears in my eyes for a character I barely knew. So it can happen. Dawn to Dawn, I cried in, what was it, episode 6 or 7? And I think we only had like one episode really of backstory to make me cry for her. But I feel bad I couldn't for Rengoku. Like, it was sad, it was tragic, but not enough to really hit me emotionally. But overall, I thought it was a great arc. I really liked the introduction of the upper rank demon and how we can contrast the upper ranks to Hashira now. We now know where the power level lies a bit more than we did before. And we also have seen how Tanjiro and Inosuke have grown because they both together took down a lower 1 Kizuki demon. Tanjiro couldn't do that before with Nezuko for Rui, so it shows the amount of growth that Tanjiro has had. And I love that. And now we have another stepping stone we need to get over, which is the upper rank. We can take out a lower rank, now we need to train so we can take out an upper rank. And I believe we're going to go to Rengoku's house next, we're going to talk to his family and gather the notes, and then maybe we'll go and train under another Hashira, because Rengoku did offer to train them, and I think they would benefit from training with a Hashira, so I hope they do that. Also, I think this gave Tanjiro a lot of hope because Rengoku changed his mind about Nezuko as a demon because she protected humans. And so that gives Tanjiro validation and hope that the other Hashira will come around on Nezuko as well. I have a feeling the Hashira will become a bigger part of the story moving forward just because at the end we did see pretty much all of their reactions to Rengoku's death. I also really loved how the series did the death of Rengoku. Because in most shows that I've watched, a character dies and maybe you get the initial reactions, but then we kind of just move on. And it seems like in this show, we're not gonna just move on. Rengoku's death is going to stay with Tanjiro and our main crew for a while because they were all very much affected by it. I also liked that the show didn't shy away from that. Like, they were all crying messes for a long time. Like, they showed us how much they really grieved Rengoku. And then they showed us how the Hashira took the news. I really love how this show did that. I think it's pretty unique because I don't think a lot of deaths are really drawn out like that. Drawn out is usually used in a negative context, but I don't mean it in that way. I think it was necessary and I think it was a good choice. Overall, I really enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed these episodes not as much as I enjoyed the movie just because, you know, I'm basically rewatching them. But I will say, watching it episodically did give me more time to really voice some of my questions and thoughts about individual characters or dialogue that I may not have mentioned when I reviewed the movie at the end of that reaction, just because the movie was so much at once that I might have missed a few things here that I wanted to touch upon, so I'm glad I got that chance when reacting to the episodes. So thank you for those who voted for me to react to these episodes. I do think there was some value in talking about those things, and I'm just really excited to get into the next arc and see where we go from here. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought about this episode. If you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like and subscribe and check out my other shows here on the channel. And with that, thank you for watching. Until next time, bye!